Sports, a place where many athletes find success.
This is likely the final play that matters. End zone wide open. What a night for Mike Williams.
But where there's a winner, there has to be a loser.
He came a long way. You hear me? Come here, I love you, bro. Good.
It's one thing to watch the game, but another to analyze it. Let's talk about the numbers. You ready? YouTube! What's going on, man? Back at it, giving another video. It's your boy, Numbers Fan Jay. And we are here with another episode of Football One-on-One. We got this episode and we got just one episode left for you guys next week, meaning I'm gonna have to come with the content other than Football One-on-One. So the pressure's on your boy. But you know I always come through. Pressure make diamonds, baby. So you know we gonna get into it. Good evening, class. We are coming down to the nitty-gritty. I hope you all have been paying attention in class and you're ready for your final exam that's coming up. But we're here to talk about special teams today. We've talked about basic offense, basic defense. We've discussed how to start the game. We've already covered the kickoff and the kickoff return. So that just leaves punt return, field goal. I guess you field goal block even a little bit. It seems pretty self-explanatory, but we'll go over that too. Extra points or point after attempts, as they're also called. So let's get into it. So starting with the field goals. So field goals, there are of course 11 people on the field goal unit, but there are 3 people that are more important than the rest. Even though the whole unit has to do their job, I would say these 3 people will ultimately determine if the field goal is good most of the time. That's the kicker, the person who kicks the ball. That's the holder, the person who catches the ball from this next person I'm about to discuss, who's the snapper, the person who snaps the ball. Of course, we're used to the center snapping the ball. This guy also can play center. He does snap the ball. We call him the snapper. The long snapper for punts, but I think it's just a regular snapper is what we call him for field goal unit. But these 3 people make sure that the field goal kick itself is as accurate as possible. So the other 8 people on the field goal unit are blocking. They're making sure nobody on the field goal block unit comes through and blocks the kick. If the kick is blocked and it goes past the line of scrimmage, then the ball is dead if it hits the ground. If the kick is blocked and it goes backwards, then it is a live ball. It's a fumble. So now whoever picks up the ball can run with it. They can run, whichever team picks it up can run towards their end zone and try to score with it. So there are 2 different types of field goal kicks in football. The first one is called a field goal. It's worth 3 points. It usually takes place on 4th down or before the end of the second quarter, before halftime, or before the end of the 4th quarter, which is the end of the game. Basically when you're trying to get points before, the break in the action. So usually you're kicking a field goal. It's either 4th down, meaning you're too far away from the 4th down marker to get a new set of downs. And we're going to talk about downs as well. Or, it's before the end of half, before the end of the game. You're trying to get some more points on the board. Maybe you're trying to tie the game and send it into overtime. Maybe you're trying to win the game and end with the kick as time expires. Or maybe you're trying to kick a field goal before halftime to get some points on the board before the break in all of the action when both teams go to their locker rooms. So that's a field goal. Now, extra points or point after attempts, they always happen after a touchdown. So after a touchdown is scored, if you kick the field goal after a touchdown is scored, it's going to be worth 1 point. If you make it, it's worth 1 point. If you miss it, you don't get any points. If it's blocked, like I said, if it's blocked backwards and the kick and the field goal block team picks it up, they can run with it. they score 2 points if they get to the end zone. If it's blocked and it goes forward and it hits the ground, the ball is dead, the play is over. Right? So there's that. So now we have field goal kicking down. Also, you can go for 2. So after the touchdown, we have the extra point like I just went over. If you do not want to kick the field goal and take the 1 point, you can go for 2 points instead, which of course 2 points more than 1. In some situations, this will make more sense. So what I mean by that is, after you score a touchdown, let's say you're down 8 points. So now you score a touchdown, which is 6 points. Now you need 2 points to tie the game up. Why not tie the game up, right? So you will bring your offense, or your offense will stay out there. Your field goal unit will not come onto the field. Your offense will stay out there, and they will try to essentially score another touchdown. Just get the ball across the goal line again, and it'll be worth 2 points. So that's how extra points work. If they don't get the ball across the goal line, then they get nothing. Once again, if they throw an interception or if they fumble, the defense can pick it up, or they can catch it and run back for their 2 points, for 2 points on the opposite end. This is a lot harder because the defense essentially has to run the length of the field, 100 yards, to score just 2 points. So I don't know, maybe they should change that in the future. I don't know. Punting the ball. Punting takes place on 4th down most of the time. Now, a punter and a kicker are 2 different players, but there are instances where you will see the kicker or the punter doing the other player's job. So if the punter gets hurt, the kicker sometimes will become the punter and he'll punt the ball for you. If the kicker gets hurt, the punter will become the kicker for you and maybe kick a few field goals. It just depends on the talent of the player and their experience of doing said task. So, anyway, just had to put that in there. Punting, essentially, the point of it is to give away the possession. To give away possession of the ball in sacrifice of potentially better field position for your team. So I'll give you an example. It's 4th and 10 from my side of the field. So I haven't crossed the 50-yard line yet. I'm on the 40-yard line. I'm on my 40, which means I have 60 yards to go before I can score a touchdown. It's 4th and 10. I still need 10 yards. I'm not going to get them most likely because I haven't gotten them in the last 3 attempts. So I'm going to send my punting unit out. I'm going to punt the ball. I'm going to try to get the ball inside the 10-yard line, inside the 15-yard line. Because if I punt the ball into the end zone, the ball will now come back out to the 20-yard line for the opposing offense. We want the opposing offense to have to drive the length of the field if possible. So we really want the ball to be on the 1-yard line, but to get it anywhere close to the 1-yard line is a win for the punting team. To get it anywhere inside the 20-yard line is also a win for the punting team. So hopefully that was pretty clear cut for you guys. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. Punts also take place when your team, they're pretty much too far. We'll put it like that. They're too far away to get a new set of downs, to get a first down. They're too far away to score a touchdown. So you want to give the other team, well, you don't want to give the other team, but you're going to have to give the other team the ball to make it easier on your defense. This is kind of playing the field position game. So if we punt the ball, let's give another example here. Let's say we're on the 40-yard line. We punt the ball to the 1-yard line, the other side of the field on the 1-yard line. The offense goes through, and your defense comes out, and they force what we call a safety. A safety occurs when the opposing offense gets tackled or the ball is called dead in their own end zone. So we know it's a touchdown when we cross the goal line of our opponent, right? But it is a safety when they force us to cross our own goal line. So hopefully that was clear for you. Again, if you have questions, please post them in the comments. So in this situation, the safety has been called. We'll usually see the referees do this signal here. Safety. And they'll get on the mic and they'll say, they'll turn the microphone on, and they'll say, all right, the play has been ruled a safety. Possession will go over to the so-and-so team. So possession will go over to, the Chargers had the ball. The safety occurred on the play. The possession will switch over to the Chicago Bears. So now the Chargers will come out. They have to send their punting unit out to punt the ball, and it's just like a kickoff, except it's a punt. So instead of kicking the ball off, you're punting the ball. Everybody spread out. Same rules apply. If you're on the punt return team, you're trying to score. If you're on the punting team, you're making sure you keep the ball inbounds, and you're trying to make sure they get as little yards as possible, or even recover the ball yourself if you can. So I hope that wasn't too much for you guys. I'm re-looking over my notes right here just to make sure I went through as clearly as possible. I believe I said everything that I could say to make that as clear as possible for you guys, because special teams can get complicated at times. So please, please, please ask questions if anything I said was unclear to you. And let me know, man. It's your boy Jay. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for your boy. We trying to get to 200 subs. We're almost at 140 subs, so we're almost there, guys. Let's keep it going. Let's keep sharing this video. Keep sharing this playlist with your family and friends that know nothing about football, that want to learn a little something about football. Once again, I'm begging you, if you have questions, ask them in the comments. If Google is too vague for you, or you found an answer but you're not sure what it means, talk to me. Talk to your boy. It's your boy Jay. We out of here.